baby, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Echo and I'm a little space content creator. And today's stuffy of the day is my little bunny. I don't think I gave her a name, but she is very important because she represents what today's video is going to be. And we are going to be talking about all of my sentimental or childhood stuffies. Also, we are in my living room in my playpen. So change of scenery, but I hope that that's okay with all of you babies out there. Okay, so I was going to do a entire stuffy collection video, but I think that I have over 300 stuffies, and just the thought of taking them all out like stresses me out. So maybe I'll make that video some other time. But a stuffy video was requested, so I thought it would be a good idea to talk about some of my stuffies that I still have from my childhood and just stuffies that I feel are sentimental. I would like to say that I am somebody who holds a lot of feelings and values and stuff with inanimate objects. So technically all of my stuffies have some sort of sentimental value to them. However, the ones that I'll be going over in this video specifically are ones that I have, like, I feel a very close and genuine bond with them, as in I don't think I could ever part with them, you know? So those are the ones I'll be going over today. If that is something that you are interested in, then please continue watching.
Oh, also, just a little disclaimer, since I'm going to be talking about my childhood stuffies, I might have to take breaks every now and then because some topics might be a little difficult for me to talk about. So, yeah, okay. Now, let's get into the video.
First, I'll be showing you my childhood stuffies. So, we're going to start out first with my Care Bear.
So this is not one that I had for my childhood. This is like a replacement because my original Care Bear from my childhood is long gone. So, this is my replacement for her.
Here she is. Now, obviously this is Bedtime Bear. I'm not exactly sure what year this Care Bear is from, but she's very beautiful. Honestly, pretty good condition for her being secondhand. So I'm going to talk about some memories I had with my Care Bear. I remember the Christmas that I got her. I'm pretty sure it was my grandma who got her from me, and I don't know how old I was, but I remember that I was very, very young, possibly 7 years old, more than likely younger than that. Which is crazy because when I see like pictures of her in her box, it's like the memories come back, and I do remember her being in a box before when I opened her on Christmas. When I was a kid, I used to have bunk beds, and I remember a specific memory I had was I would always ask my dad whenever he would tuck me in for bed, actual dad obviously, I would always make him give my Care Bear a kiss goodnight as well. That's a specific memory I have with this little Care Bear. I feel like I don't have a lot of good memories regarding my dad and my childhood, so holding on to sentimental childhood things like this that do have good memories is something that helps me a lot. Next, we're going to talk about my little panda, who actually is directly from my childhood. I have held on to this panda stuffed animal for so long that she has no stuffing in her anymore. She is just like skin and beans. So she's very, very well loved. This is one of my, if I had like a adult or a childhood blankie, this would be like my blankie. This little panda has gotten me through all kinds of things. Now, I don't remember much regarding how I got her. I have a feeling she was a really old, maybe like when I was a baby sort of stuffed animal is when I got her. When I was a kid, my nickname was Panda Bear because my actual name sounded like panda. I used to always get pandas, and you'll see that's apparent in a minute, but I always got panda stuffed animals. So I think she was my first panda stuffy, and I still have her to this day. A very specific memory I had with her from my childhood is I was obsessed with nature documentaries when I was a kid, and a very specific one about panda bears was something that really resonated with me, and I used to watch it like on DVD on repeat all the time and reenact the movie with my panda bear. So I would pretend to be a mama panda and she would be my baby panda, and I used to carry her around all the time like I was a mama panda bear and she was my baby. So here she is. I think she's a Wild Republic. Oh no, she's actually a Beanie Baby. How cool is that? But she's my favorite. Well, one of my favorites. She's very sentimental to me and I will never ever let her go. Next, I'm going to talk about my kitty cat, my little Siamese kitty plush, who is a stuffed animal I had from my childhood.
You know what? I'm just going to tell you right now. The only stuffed animal that I'm going to show you from my childhood that was a replica is my Care Bear. So all of the ones that are coming now from this pile are ones that I actually had growing up, okay? Alright, so.
This is my little Siamese kitten. His name is Austin, and I remember naming him Austin when I was a kid, so yay, remembered his name. So Austin is very special because when I was a kid, maybe around 10 years old, I got really sick, like dangerously sick, and I was hospitalized for quite a while. I got this little kitty as a gift from somebody. I think it might have been my uncle. I'm not 100% sure though. So I got this as a get well present while I was in the hospital. And I specifically remember that every time I would go in, like go under for surgeries, the doctors would always, well, I would always wake up and Austin would have little scrubs on and the doctors would set him up for me, and it was the sweetest thing ever. So that's my memory with Austin. And he's so cute. He used to have a little collar that said Austin, and I made it for him, but obviously that's long gone now. Okay, so now that we've gone over my hospital visit, the next stuffy I'm going to show you is about to make more sense. This is my Steggy plushie, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about him before and how he's very special to me. And I've always said that I'm never ready to talk about why. Well, today I will be telling you why this little guy is so special to me, and I'm going to try to not get emotional. We'll see. But this adorable little Steggy is actually from Wild Republic. When I was a kid, obviously animals were like a very big special interest of mine. Dinosaurs in particular were a huge special interest. I used to always say that I wanted to be a paleontologist when I grew up. My bedroom was dinosaur themed at some point. Dinosaur movies, I had a bunch of dinosaur toys, like everything was dinosaurs for me. So when I got out of the hospital, one of the important things that my dad did in my head, it was to reward me, you know, for getting out of the hospital and being fine. Maybe to him it was like a celebration because I survived what happened. He took me to see Walking with Dinosaurs, and it was really special because it was just me and him, and I have 5 siblings. So we rarely ever got to do anything with our parents, especially like one-on-one time. And I was really close to my dad when I was a kid. Sorry about that. But so when I can't talk. So I don't feel like I'm going to be able to get through this without crying. So I'm just going to power through it. Basically when I was a kid, I was really close to my dad. Like, I would have panic attacks and anxiety attacks and all kinds of crazy attacks whenever I wasn't around him, and it was horrible. Those are very bad memories of mine. But so whenever I had like the chance to actually spend time with my dad, and if it was one-on-one, it was really special. So getting out of the hospital and being able to go see Walking with Dinosaurs as a special thing for just me and my dad was amazing. And when I was at the show, this was one of the souvenirs I got, was this little Stegosaurus. So yeah, he just means a lot to me. Yeah, he's always been like sort of like one of my last good memories I've had with my dad, so that's why he's special to me, and I'll never let him go. Sorry. I really thought that I wouldn't cry during this. I thought I might get emotional, but I didn't know it would be like this much, so my bad. My nose looks red. I hope it's not red on camera. I take a sip of my drink. I got soda. Moving on. We are now going to talk about this little cutie. So this is another one of my super old stuffies. I don't remember who gave it to me, when I got it, any of that. I don't remember any of that. However, I've had her for a very long time, and the reason I know that is not just because she's all beat up. I brought her to my first day of preschool, and I vividly remember this because I was so nervous. Obviously, it was my first day of preschool. So I was very nervous going, and I wanted to bring a stuffy with me. So even back then, I found comfort in stuffed animals. So I brought her along, and I made friends with a girl who also brought a stuffy with her for her first day of preschool. But here's the thing, you guys. She had the exact same stuffed animal. It's just hers was a tabby cat. So we were like instantly best friends, and yeah, so she helped me through that, and she helped me make a friend. And even though I'm still not friends with that individual, I still have that memory and hold on to it very fondly. So with that being said, I actually have kept her in pristine condition for years. And then my dad's dog ripped her to shreds and destroyed her, and it was very heartbreaking for me. So if anybody out there knows what brand of stuffed animal she is, she has no tush tag. I have no idea what brand of stuffy she is. I can't find her anywhere. I can't find any information about her. So if anybody knows, if anybody can help me, that would be amazing. I don't necessarily want to find a replica to replace her. It's more or less I want to find a replica so I can patch her up. I just want to restore her. She's missing a paw, she's missing the tip of her ear, and her tail is gone. And I just really want to make her whole again. So if anybody can help me with that, that would be amazing. Please comment down below. You would literally make my entire life, I swear. While we're on the topic of kitties, here's a fun kitty for you. This little baby. She is another childhood, well, they're all childhood, right? But she's another really special one because I was a mega weirdo when I was a kid. I would actually act like a cat and meow, lick people, and hiss, and I was like a weird kid, okay? But so I would literally run around the house on all fours with her in my mouth because she was my kitten and I was her mama. So yeah, that's a fun memory I've had with her. She is an Aurora kitty, and she was not this fluffy before, believe it or not. She was like a long-haired kitty, you know? And then she got put in the dryer, and thankfully she did not get ruined. She just got fluffified. She's so cute. I'm so happy I still have her. Look how small she is. Oh, my next childhood stuffy is one I got from my grandma. It is a big old polar bear. Like a big polar bear, like he's a chunkers. She is from Kohl's Cares. Don't know what that is, but that's the brand. And yeah, I don't really have a specific memory with this one, but you know, my name, blank panda, so here's my panda. Hi. And it's from my grandma, so obviously very special. And yeah. Yeah. Actually, no. Bears don't say yeah. They say wah. Alright. next we're going to talk about my very first Build-A-Bear. Yes, I still have my very first Build-A-Bear. I got this one for my birthday when I was 10 years old. I had a birthday party at Build-A-Bear, and this was the bear I made. He or she is a very chunky black bear from Build-A-Bear. Obviously still has original tags and all that. Does not have her original outfit. She used to be wearing a all green army print sort of outfit. I'll see if I can find it. I'll put a picture. But right now she's wearing this t-shirt. And if you're wondering what that is,
when I was younger, when I was a kid, I competed in a beauty pageant, and it was called the National American Miss. So I have a t-shirt from then, and I still actually have it, so.
Double nostalgia. This is my childhood Littlest Pet Shop VIP plushie, and I remember when I got her,
I was a little disappointed because my sister had gotten a monkey, and I kind of wanted the monkey one, but I got the panda because my nickname was Panda Bear.
But it's okay. I've loved her, obviously. I still have her to this day, and funny thing is she still has this attached to her. Isn't she beautiful? Her ears, her detailing. So cute. And now we're on my last childhood stuffy.
And this is technically not from my childhood. It's more from like my teenagehood. I was maybe 13, 14 years old when I got this one. But still very special, very from my childhood, so I'm including her.
She is a Hello Kitty skeleton plushie. This was given to me by my sister's ex-girlfriend. Here she is. And she's super cute. Sanrio, obviously. But that's all it says on the back. So I have not seen a Hello Kitty like her ever. So I feel like she's a one of a kind.
Whew. I wonder how I'm gonna edit this to make it short, because I've already recorded 20 minutes. No, actually, I've already recorded 30 minutes of footage. So we'll see how I shorten it, because that was just this pile. We still have to go over this pile.
So let's jump right into this pile. Alright, so first I will be starting with my stuffy of the day. Like I said, I do not know if I named her or not. So if you would like to comment name ideas for any of my stuffies, really, just comment down below. Her tag says that she is from the Barrington collection. If you know what that is, cool. I do not. But she is a really cute, fluffy bunny, very floppy, very flimsy. She's got beans in her feet. Look at her. She's beautiful. Her little pink ears. Oh, so perfect. So I got her from my ex-best friend, who some of you may remember was a caregiver for me a long time ago. I used to refer to them as Alpha. This was a gift from them, and we are no longer friends. The friendship I had with Alpha didn't end very well. I still have happy and fond memories with them, so when I see my bunny stuffy, that is what I see, is the happy and the good. So she'll probably stay with me forever and ever and ever. Next up, we're going to talk about my Korelukuma bunny, and she is a authentic Korelukuma. So she is very special to me because me and my boyfriend, technically my fiance, won her for me at a UFO crane game, if that's how I say that sentence. It was for one of our anniversaries. I don't remember which one at this moment, but I was 18 years old at the time. He won her for me for our anniversary, and I've kept her ever since. She's so special. And yeah, next up is this sweet little Hello Kitty stuffy, and she is from Fiesta brand. My mom actually won her for me at Six Flags Great America, and I don't think I was with my mom at the time, so I think she actually won her for me and then brought her home and gave her to me as like a little present, and that's just something I've always felt was so sweet and nice. I don't have very many fond memories from my childhood and with my parents, so I feel like whenever I do have a positive memory and it's attached to a physical thing, I keep that thing forever, and she is one of those things. More recently, we have my fuzzy Mimikyu, who I have affectionately named Hikaru, and yes, that is from, or she is named after the Ouran High School character, of course. There's not really a sentimental story behind my little Mimikyu. I just really love them, and they got me through like the pandemic, so yeah, like a sentimental object, I guess, in that way. And she's like my mascot, sort of, with my gaming persona. So yeah, fuzzy Mimikyu, Hikaru. Next up, we are going to talk about my little goat Jellycat. I got this little baby secondhand from a mutual follower I have on Instagram, and there's not really too much of like a special story behind my little goat. It's just that when I had Sammy, who was my elderly cat who has passed on, some of you may remember her, Sammy loved this goat and would always bite the arm. So this goat reminds me of Sammy, and I could never ever get rid of this little baby. Next up, we have this panda bear, and I don't know if its t-shirt is showing up on camera, but this little bear in particular is a teddy bear I got from my first year at CapCon. Obviously, that is a very sentimental memory for me that this little bear will always remind me of. It's got a t-shirt that says CapCon 2018 and a little pacifier stuffy clip that I made myself, and yeah. He's like the memories of my first CapCon all in a stuffy. And it's a panda, so it kind of ties in with my name. Next, we're going to talk about my Hello Kitty mermaid. This little stuffy is sentimental to me because she is the first gift I ever got from my fiance's mom. I thought that was extremely thoughtful of her that she got me this for my birthday a long time ago, because she knew that I liked cute things and Hello Kitty, and it's just the cutest and sweetest thing ever, and I've held on to her ever since. I have my first Build-A-Bear that I
keep saying fiance, but just so you guys know, I'm talking about my daddy, okay?
So this is the first Build-A-Bear that my daddy ever bought me, and this is actually the original outfit I got her in as well. So she's got her little bow, this adorable shirt, and of course I had to get her underwears. But I got these because I was like, oh, a diaper, she's wearing a diaper. So yeah, and I think that we made her on my 18th birthday. So yeah, so cute. Next up, I'm going to show you guys my Nixie Squishmallow. I renamed her to Izzy, but this is my Nixie Squishmallow. And the reason why she's sentimental to me is because she was one of my very first Squishmallow ISOs. Very first got into Squishmallows. And I vividly remember, because this was like in 2020, 2019, something like that, I remember thinking to myself, people are going insane for Squishmallows, and I was like, those are so ugly. I'm so sorry. But I used to think, why are people going insane for these stuffed animals? Like, what's the appeal? And then I saw a Squishmallow video on TikTok of someone showing off Nixie, and I was like,
oh my god, that is the cutest Squishmallow I've ever seen, and I really wanted her.
But then I remembered that there was all this hype around them, and people were saying they were sold out of stores. They were gone everywhere. People were shelf clearing. If you know the Squishmallow hype from a few years ago, you know that it was insane. So I was worried that it didn't matter if I wanted her, I would never get her. And then, I am not joking when I say this, that same day that I had this realization that I could never get her, so I'm not gonna try my daddy came home with her and said that he stopped at Walgreens on his way home from work to pick up some soda, and he saw her in the stuffies aisle, and since she reminded him of me, he bought her for me. And yeah, it was like literally fate. So she's very, very special to me, and I used to have her in storage because I didn't want her to get ruined. But then I was like, no, squishies need all the love in the world. So now she's not in storage anymore. And yeah, so she's one of my very first Squishmallows. Since I've talked about the pandemic, I think it is only fair that I use that as a segue on to this stuffy. Of course, I'm talking about oinkers. I got oinkers in a time where I was very, very vulnerable, both because of the pandemic and also social things and mental health things and health, like physical health problems I was having at the time. If you were following me on Instagram back then you know that I was very, very much struggling like with myself during that time, and oinkers was one of the first purchases I made where I wasn't buying something online because I saw other people had it. I was buying something online because it was genuinely something I liked, and I didn't care that it wasn't aesthetic. It's because I have borderline personality disorder. I don't know who I am. It's one of the things that comes with that disorder, is that I don't know who I am, and I feel like I'm always mimicking somebody's personality, and buying oinkers was what I felt like my first step in moving towards who I am, because I knew when I saw her that I needed to have her because I loved her genuinely for myself, and she was one of the things that helped me discover more about myself and who I am. So yeah, I really hope that what I said made sense. I kind of feel like it didn't, but I hope that it did. But that is why little oinkers here is very, very, very special to me. The next stuffy I'm going to show you is very, very special. I mean, they're all very, very special, but this one in particular is a handmade crochet stuffy, and if you recognize who this is, then you are officially the coolest baby ever, and we are officially best friends. And fist bump. This is Mr. Cotton Socks from Bluey. Obviously, I'm obsessed with Bluey, and Mr. Cotton Socks was a character that always stuck out to me, mainly because he looks like my cat, Gunkado, so I've always loved little Mr. Cotton Socks. However, there's absolutely no merch with this little kitty. Like, none at all have Mr. Cotton Socks. I saw somebody on Etsy who was making Bluey plushies. I sent them a message and asked if they would be able to make a custom of Mr. Cotton Socks because there is no known pattern for him, and they said yes. So they actually made me the very first Mr. Cotton Socks plushie to ever be sold. And I'm not even lying, I'm not being dramatic. This is literally the first Mr. Cotton Socks plushie ever sold. So he's very, very special. This is the last stuffy I'm going to show. It is also one of the very most sentimental stuffies I have. This is my plushie of Sammy. Like I said, Sammy was our elderly cat. I'll post a picture of her. If you were around back then, you know how much Sammy's death affected me. So one of my big things was I wanted to memorialize her, and I searched everywhere to find a cat base that I could customize to make into Sammy. Obviously, this is not a direct replica of my Sammy girl because she was so special. It's impossible to find a lookalike, but she was what I found, and I dyed her gray. I have a whole video process of how I did it, and she's wearing Sammy's tags, Sammy's collar. And the cool thing is that she actually has a zipper on her back. So I haven't done it yet, but I would like to put some of Sammy's whiskers and a sound box of Sammy's meow inside of her. And another thing that makes her so special, and why I'm being like really careful with how I touch her and hold her, is because there's actually some of Sammy's actual fur like on top of her, because before Sammy passed away she did cuddle this stuffy, so there's still like little bits of Sammy on top of her, and she's just very special and precious to me. Okay, that is all I have for this video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope that this has given you guys an opportunity to get to know me a little bit more, a little better. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if I should make more stuffy videos. Comment it below. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell so that you can never miss my videos. And I hope to see you in my next little space video. Bye! Bye-bye! Wait. Okay. Bye-bye! See you next time.